Prepared. I was not prepared. I'm just pressing stuff. But this is literally what I gotta do right now. This is what I gotta do right now so that I just do it. Cause then we have random stuff like Chanel barking. Um okay, all right, let me move it over. Let's move us over here and Chanel, please, please, girl, please just lay down because you stressing yourself out at this point. We not stressed. Okay, all right. I think we're good now. I'm just gonna have to act like I'm just gonna start from this point. We're gonna start from this point. Okay. So I'm on YouTube. So if your preference is YouTube, if you like the audio and the setup and stuff over there better, hey Andrea, if you like the setup and stuff over there better, then you can head over there. Um, this is what I will continue to do moving forward, unless it's a live where I literally just can't like not alive, but it's a situation where I can only do it like mobile, then I won't end up doing it on both. But this is what I'm gonna do for now. And the biggest reason why is because like I was saying, multi-platform, okay? This is me literally not putting all of my eggs in one basket. It's actually still not literal because these aren't eggs. Y'all aren't eggs, but you get what I'm saying. Thanks for the follow, Danny Lux. But this is me like literally living up to what I said I was going to do and not getting too comfortable or too complacent with like where I'm at, especially when it comes to social media and the platforms. Like as relieved as I was to see TikTok come back on, I still don't trust it all the way. And I feel like um I don't feel like anyone should. Like I feel like we all should be a little cautious right now. Not fearful though. Like I don't feel like we should be fearful. I just feel like we should take this as an opportunity to move differently. Yeah, like I when things went down, in fact, when TikTok came back up, the moment it came back up, I of course I like looked on it and I scrolled a little bit just to see. I was like, "Oh, we back. We're live." And so I wanted to see, just like what was on my feed now. And so everything for the most part, it still looks the same. Like everybody's saying like a lot of people are saying that their feed looks different and they're seeing different content and it's not like something's wrong, something's off. I have not personally had that experience. Mostly just because I don't know. I guess I don't know what's different. I feel like it's kind of showing me some people I hadn't seen before, but other than that, I guess I haven't paid enough attention to like what the changes were. Were they are saying it? Oh, really? Yeah. I haven't been keeping up with it. And if I'm being real, it has been I said this before, but it's been too much. Like it's too much. There's I haven't I've never really been the person that you come to get the news of what's happening on platforms like just in general, like current events, keeping up with everything that's happening. That's never been my thing. I'm always going to like err on the side of I talk about some things because that's the field that I'm in, but just in general, like I'm not trying to spend all of my time giving you the updates. And like I'm not a news reporter, I'm not a journalist, and I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to do it. And so keeping up with all of the things that have been happening, I just felt like it was starting to take a toll on my energy. Like it was consuming too much of my thoughts. And again, this is not to say that there wasn't any feelings about what happened and all of that, but just trying to trying to keep up with it has just been like, y'all let me know when y'all decide what's happening. Like that's how I felt. Like the speculations, the back and forth, the theories, I don't want to participate in them. I just need to go where I know that it's not in jeopardy and it's stable and I can just go on about my life. And so that was kind of how I felt even when everything started shifting. I was like, man, listen, I see y'all are back and I love that for us, but also that does not mean I'm not leaving where I just went. Like I'm chilling where I'm at. Where I'm at is where I'm gonna be. My mental has been working just so I can figure where I need to go and how to move. Yeah. And like that's something that I've been talking about. Like, okay, I got to get out a little bit of a frustration. Okay. This is not me talking to anybody in particular, but just in general, I really do got to like get this off of my chest. Okay. But I've been talking about moving platforms for at least a year. Like I remember talking about growing on YouTube and switching my focus back at like last not 2024, 20 December 2023. That's how long I've been talking about this. And I have not just been talking about it to myself. I've been talking about it to literally anybody that I am in some type of relationship with. Like even the people that I work with, like Kayla can attest to this. I was always adamant, even from the first time we started working together. I was always adamant, like I see you doing well on YouTube. Make sure you don't just focus on TikTok, like grow on these other platforms. Make sure that you're experimenting in different places. Like I've been saying this for so long that trying to figure it all out at this point, it's like there wasn't a whole lot for me to figure out at like once it happened. I just shifted my focus. Like I've spent a lot more time on the photo app. I've spent a lot more time on YouTube. I spent a lot more time writing. I just posted a Substack blog uh like last week talking about why do people feel like what you put out is free? Like why do people think that what you do is free? And it came from a thought and a frustration that I had because I was um I was realizing that like people just were making the assumption that they could work with me and there was no compensation. You know what I'm saying? Like and that was starting to irritate me. And so I'm like, okay, what is going on and where is that coming from? And so that blog post that I put up, it explains that reasoning and that thought. And so it's going to turn into a series where I'm covering each problem that you might have and why that's happening. And that's strictly on my Substack right now. Like I haven't made any other content about that. The only people that are getting it are the people that are subscribed to my Substack and then my newsletter. So I've just been leaning into like what are the best places for what I'm doing. And that's just how I've been moving since, like I said, December 2023 at minimum. That's how long I've been talking about this. And so like to see it become such like a mad dash and a scramble at this point, I'm like, okay. Like it shouldn't for some people, it shouldn't be a scramble. Like it shouldn't be a scramble. Like it once you saw the writing on the wall, it really should have been okay. I already know I've been building these places, I've been figuring these things out. And the thing that I feel like really was really eye-opening for me is how much time, thank you, Andrea, how much time people spent in other places once TikTok was gone. It was like it was mind blowing to me. Seeing like and I wish I would have went live on YouTube to test out this theory. Thank you, Andrea. I wish I would have went live on YouTube to test out this theory, but I feel like TikTok is it's an incredibly difficult platform to get people to get off of it. And like how many people have felt like have had that experience where you've built a community on TikTok, you built a following on TikTok, and then once you start talking about where your other places are and where you can build and connect with people outside of TikTok, it's almost like pulling teeth. Like people would much rather sit and watch something on TikTok that has like no value. There's not even really doing anything for them. It's just like it's TikTok. And so it's comfortable. And people have it's just become a place where people want to stay. And this is something that I realized at some point last year because a friend of mine, Niala, she's a business coach. Niala was talking about how she was hosting a challenge and how she had to start to host a challenge in a different way because it was like pulling teeth to get people off of TikTok. These are not her words. This is my words. Hey Kayla on YouTube. Thank you. Oh, it was like it's like pulling teeth to get people off the platform. And so I noticed that early and it became one of those things where if you can't beat them, join them basically. Like if y'all don't want to leave TikTok, then I'll just build my community here and I'll do everything here and I'll serve you here. And it's just it is a challenge for people who don't just want to stay here and be here. But it is incredibly difficult to separate people from TikTok. I think it's the stroll capabilities makes you think that if it didn't work, would they leave? Then that's a good point. Yeah, the dopamine. I mean, the dopamines it is doing its job. Like I know it was some of us was scratching our necks trying to trying to figure out where our next fix was coming from cuz what? So I absolutely get it. I get it. And I think that what I had to kind of like accept about it is that as much as I want people to as much as I would love for the people that I connected with and met here to move with me to other platforms, the only thing that I can do is extend the invitation, right? Like that's all that I can do. But my energy and my time is much better spent figuring out the platforms that I'm moving to and building there. Like instead of trying to transition my audience and move my audience over, convince them, hey, remember, I'm going to be here and I'm only going to be here for X amount of days. Make sure you go here. And like creating this whole campaign to get people to move to a platform that they're not already engaging with actively, it feels like it just feels like a lot of work and it makes it even less appealing when all I'm doing is taking you from one place that I don't own and control to another place that I don't own and control. Like it doesn't even it's not even worth the time and the effort and energy that I'm putting into it because in reality like what I'm really doing is I'm bringing business to this platform, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but That's not my job. Like, that's not what I'm here to do. I'm not trying to be an influencer for another platform. I'm not on nobody's payroll to bring nobody over. Now, if somebody starts sliding some money my way to tell people to go to a platform, then I'm doing it, cuz then that's the job. Then now it makes sense. But for me to do that and it not be beneficial to me, it just don't. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that. So and that's the thing that I did even when I got onto TikTok, y'all. So true. Moving apartments until you get evicted. Exactly. Until they kick everybody out. You done moved your whole family, your friends and them. It's from one apartment to another apartment. And the landlord is like, okay, now everybody gotta go. That's how it feel. Like we just moving around a bunch of stuff that they could kick us out at any moment. They can snatch it from us at any moment. It is so aggravating. It's so aggravating. And it's I think that what it's really doing is putting things into perspective. So the first thing that I'm gonna say, because I titled this live on YouTube as my TikTok migration strategy. Okay, my TikTok migration strategy, and we're going to talk about what it's going to look like for me, and in me discussing what I'm doing and how I'm operating, I'm hoping that you can, glean some things from it. If you have some ideas that you want to share that's working for you, absolutely go for it. Share that in the comments. And we're going to talk about this, and we're going to, we're going to figure this out, because I feel like what I've been seeing a lot of people doing is kind of hustling backwards. And I think that it's partly because we're afraid of losing what we built on the platforms that we're currently on, i.e. TikTok. Like, we're afraid of losing what we built. We're afraid of making people feel like we abandoned them or we left them. And I get it, y'all. Like, I promise you, I definitely get it and I understand. But I think that one thing that I want to offer to you, just like as a perspective shift, is that the people that really want to be connected to you will go. They will move. They will follow you. They will go where you're going. The perfect example in this moment, I told y'all that I was live on YouTube and on TikTok. The first thing that Kayla did was like, well, let me go ahead and hop on over to YouTube then. That's the kind of energy that you want to have from the people that you're following. You don't want to have to continuously like beat it over their heads. You don't want to keep like making it, you don't want to feel like you're begging them and like forcing them, pulling them to go, because if you don't come over here, you're going to do that, or you're going to miss this. I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing all that. All that I can do is I can tell you where I'm going, where I'm gonna be at, what kind of content I'm gonna create, show up and do what I said I was gonna do, and make it accessible, make it easy for you to find me. That's it. That's it. That's the strategy. That's the strategy right there. That's the plug. I make the content, go to that platform, learn that platform, let the people know in the other places where they can go, and you let them make that decision. And then just like go from there. And don't allow like the fear that you have of, oh, I'm leaving people behind, or I got to build on a whole new place, or TikTok's the only place where I really had some motion, I had some movement. I don't know if I can go to another platform. I don't know how I can do it because it feels like it's not happening over there. There is something that especially to that last point, if you feel like you can't move to another platform, you can't go to another platform, I actually have some revelation on that I want to share with y'all. So don't let me forget. Attracting versus begging. Yes. It's not you're you're not desperate. You're not desperate. Okay. And I think that one thing that's important before we talk about what platform we're going to, hey friend, before we discuss what platform we're going to, where we're going, we have to address the inadequacies that we feel within ourselves that has us feeling like we can only be in one place. We can only succeed in one place. Do you want to know why you got so good at TikTok? It's because you spent your time on the platform learning TikTok, learning the platform, engaging with the people on the platform, utilizing the features that are on the platform, right? Thank you, Sullivan Man. That's what you did. That's what you did. If you have any level of success, any level of followers, you ever had a video that go viral, you ever had made it to 1,000 followers, 2,000 followers, 5,000, 10,000. Some of us have thousands of followers and we still feel like we are not doing enough, that we are inadequate, that we only did it, we only survived here, we only made it here because it's TikTok and it's easy, right? And so there is a certain Adrian. Hey, when I tell you, Adrian, I came on live on YouTube specifically for you. Specifically, I was like, listen, Adrian's over here, and I have not been over here in so long, and I need to make sure that I show up for my girl. So I am so glad to see you. Yeah, and she said, "Okay, I'm glad I'm catching you." I definitely follow people on IG and YouTube that genuinely enjoy watching, learning from, or growing with so little time. Those I remembered I followed. Yeah, like they're going to go where you're going if what you are providing is of value to them. And the ones that don't. One thing that I read or I watched not too long ago was the difference between an audience and a follower, or followers, audience and followers. And I think that for the most part, it kind of feels like semantics. You know what I'm saying? But I do like the way that she used those two different words to help you to shift your perspective and your mindset, right? And so she used the comparison of, let's say, like, let's talk about how many followers you have. I have on TikTok, I got 46,000. So 46,000 followers on TikTok, and nowhere near that 46,000 is actually actively engaging with my content today, right? That's just like the reality. That's the name of the game. It's not the same engagement. Yeah, you can still use your TikTok posts, and they actually might perform either similarly or better on YouTube than TikTok. So yeah, up to 3 minutes. So if you got your videos, they're less than 3 minutes, post them over there. Go ahead, get started now. So the most of those people, that 46,000, they're not actively engaging with me, right? Which is fine. Like, that's just how it goes. That's the amount of followers that I have. But the people that's my audience, the people who are actively engaged, the people who enjoy the content, the people who continuously show up, those are the people that I focus on. Those are the people that I give my time. Thank you, friend. My time, my energy to. Those are the people whose names I remember, the people who I show up for, the people whose questions I answer in my content, the people who I make certain products and services for. Like, that's who those people are. That's who that's who I'm creating with in mind. I'm not creating with this mindset that I need to try to round up all 46,000 of these people. No, I'm going to focus on the people that are engaging, that are here, that are present, that are giving me something to work with, the ones that are talking back to me, the ones that are following me on more than one platform. Like, all of that stuff, I think that it's so easy to take it for granted and to discount it, especially when we start getting into topics like 300 view jail, 200 view jail. And there's a time and a place for expanding our visibility and increasing our visibility. And I don't think that that's a conversation that's completely off the table, but it starts to become a concern when those metrics are really what's driving us and motivating us, because especially if you're growing your platform and you're operating your platform as a business, and your the way that you get paid is not specifically from payouts from the platform, you don't have to be as consumed with the numbers game. Thank you, Ashane. Your income is not directly correlated to your followers. It never has been. It never has been. It's not direct, it's not correlated to the likes, it's not correlated to the saves, it's not correlated to the comments, because there's somebody who will never follow you, comment on your things, like your things, that would still buy from you because they're watching your content. They're consuming your content. There's some stuff where, okay, let me give y'all an example, okay? And if you've done this before, just put like a hand up or put me in the chat, okay? How many people have been scrolling, let's say you've been scrolling on TikTok and you see a video on TikTok Shop about this new gadget or this new light, right? Cuz I keep seeing like camera equipment on my timeline now. So let's say you see this video and you scroll past this video a couple of times, but now there's somebody who like really got your attention with that video. And instead of liking the video, what did we do? We literally just click on the product, right? I didn't engage with it. I didn't comment. I might not even remember the creator's name. That's how intense it is. I'm not engaging with the content. I'm not giving you anything other than my click and possibly my purchase. And so that creator still gets commission off of that, even though you did not necessarily engage with the post, right? But we do that all the time. Like that's how we are as people. Like I'm not finna sit here in my mind and be like, okay, I gotta make sure I like it. And then I gotta save it. And then I gotta comment. Then I gotta do this. Then I'm gonna go and click on the item. No, I'm gonna click on the item. I might not comment on it because I need it now. Like I don't have time to comment. I need to put it in my cart because the thing said these are selling fast, and I need to make sure that I get mine so they don't sell out again. You know what I'm saying? Like that's an example of what it looks like. We don't always get the engagement that we think that we deserve or that our content merits, because sometimes people are just going straight to the link. They're going straight to the bio. They're going straight to your DMs. Like, okay, I saw you got this. How do I get it? How do I do this? Like if I want to buy it, I'm gonna buy it and I hit my engagement checklist. No, like the checklist is out the window. I don't want to engage. I'll save that for when I want to put the video out there, but I want to just do it to support, or like, oh, that was cool or that's interesting, but there isn't necessarily a sale connected to it, right? Like that's what engagement gives a lot of good information, but it is not always a good measure for how much money you can make and how many people are actually paying attention and watching, right? So that's something that I want you to like keep reminding yourself of that fact. Your follower count, your engagement does not directly correlate to how much money you can make on the platforms. And for me, even when I'm thinking about like monetizing and what it looks like to monetize, there are so many options for what it looks like to monetize on a platform. It might be getting paid out from views. It might be getting gifts in the lives. It might be you literally selling a product and getting sales, right? Like if I post something on YouTube and I put a link in my description box, somebody uses that link to make a purchase, I am now monetized on YouTube and I don't even have 1,000 subscribers. Y'all see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? Our focus has to expand and shift from this idea and this perspective that I need to be at a certain follower count or number level in order for me to start to see a return on my investment. And I think that what it'll really do is it'll help you to even shift the way that you operate and what you talk about and what you do on these platforms so that it's really monetizing in a way that is accessible to you, and it will surprise you how quickly you can actually experience it when you shift your focus. So let me know if this is making sense so far. I saw another creator say they had an event and post about it on IG. It got 6 likes, but their event sold out. Exactly. Exactly. And I think that for the life of me, like I this like the my goal to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, it's just been like it has been like the slowest, most agonizing process of my life. And at one point during the challenge that I did in November, the live stream challenge, at one point I was asking myself, like, do I really want 1,000 subscribers? Like, is that something that should be my primary focus right now? Or should my focus be on how do I optimize and maximize what I can do to monetize on this platform exactly where I'm at? Exactly with my 700 and something subscribers. I think I'm at 711. 711 subscribers. That it gave me an idea. Maybe I should go to 711 and celebrate my very random subscriber number. But instead of focusing on that growth, what would it look like to shift my perspective to, "Oh, this is what I can do right now with my 700." And as I'm saying that, I feel like that is going to be so much more accessible and helpful to people. I feel like it's going to be more impactful. I feel like it's going to be I feel like it's going to be more encouraging to people instead of going for, because even a thousand, it really is not a big number, but just the fact that it's been such a challenge for me to get to it, it is a sore point for me a little bit. And so shifting my focus from it would even be helpful for me. Like, what does it look like to say, okay, this is how you make money with 700 subscribers on YouTube? This is how you monetize. This is how you do that. And not even just like making the content about it, but making that my actual focus for myself. Like, I want to be monetized before I get to 1,000. I want to start making money before I see that number. And if I can get good at that, if I can optimize that, then I know that the subscribers will come as a result of it. But to make it my focus, it has been it just hasn't yielded me the type of results that I feel like are worth fighting for. Yes, focusing on monetizing, growing, and converting the businesses, growing our businesses with the people we already have access to. And that reminds me of something that I've been doing, a practice that I've been doing. I've been reading this book called The Magic. And y'all, if you've been around a few times, you've heard me talk about this book. And the book essentially helps you to practice gratitude in different ways. It gives you different activities, different things to do that over a series of 28 days for you to practice gratitude. And the purpose of it is for you to start to see miraculous changes in your life. Like that's what the gratitude practice does. And it doesn't do it by you attaining more or acquiring more or getting more, but rather appreciating and expressing gratitude for what you already have, right? It focuses on, okay, what do I already own that I can express gratitude for? What do I already own that I can say thank you for? I can say this has helped me to do this. I recognize that I already have this skill or this resource. And so I see this being an opportunity to express gratitude for all 711 people that have subscribed to me on YouTube, because those people subscribe to me for a reason. And honestly, it almost feels like it means more when people subscribe to you at a lower number, because those people just really see the value in your content. Like they're not being moved by, oh, this person already has 1,000 subscribers, so they must be a good channel, right? Like because that often plays a role in the people who are already doing well doing even better because they have the numbers to back them up. And it's almost like their social proof, right? Like, oh, this is a good channel, they got a good reputation, a lot of people like it just makes it look good and it makes it easier to subscribe. But to see someone who is still in the hundreds or even like in the low thousands and see the value in their content, see that what they're doing is useful, is beneficial, and you subscribe not just to support, but because I want to get more of this. Like I like what you're talking about. I like what you're doing. Is helping my life in some way. And so now I want to be connected to you. Like I feel like it means so much more when the people do it at that lower level. And so, what does it look like to demonstrate my appreciation, my gratitude for the people that are here, really pour into them, listen to them, serve them well, and allow myself to be content in that and grateful for that because I feel like there's still a lot of opportunity for growth in that space. And so let me bring this back to y'all because I've been talking about myself for a minute. Um, what this will look like for you, for everybody that's listening, is be grateful and practice that gratitude for the number of people that you have on every platform, not just TikTok. One thing that I hear that I've been hearing for a while is I got so many followers over on TikTok and my, so and so page isn't doing as well. I don't have as many followers over there. I don't get as many likes. I don't get as many comments. I don't get as much engagement. I don't get as much recognition, all of that stuff, right? Like I hear that a lot. And that is usually a big deterrent for people because it's like, why would I go to the platform where I have less followers and less engagement when I already have one that's got more. I already got one that there's people over here already. I don't have to work as hard, right? And I feel like it has become an opportunity for us to neglect the 200 people that follow you now. 200 people are following you. 300 people are following you. You got 50 subscribers on YouTube. 50 people saw your channel. They saw whatever content you had up there and they were like, "Oh, I like that. I want more of that." Right? Instead of saying, "Oh, it's not as high, it's not as much, it's not enough." And shifting that perspective and really like and I mean like seriously y'all, not just hearing me say it and being like, "Yeah, that's cool," but like what practice can you tie to that? What exercise can you tie to that? What does it look like for you to practice gratitude? Do you need to show up in your stories on Instagram every day and talk to them people? Actually talk to them. Throw a poll up there. Have a conversation. Talk to people in their comment section. Share somebody else's post. Like, and when I see some people and they're talking about how they're not having any motion, any traction, and then I go and look at stuff like their stories, or I go and I look at how they like do they engage with other people? Like do people comment on their things where you can tell like, oh, like they have a rapport, they got a back and forth. Like, are you actually spending time talking to the people that's over there? Because whether it's Instagram or TikTok, those are still people. They're still people who followed you for a reason. Are you serving them well? Are you telling them thank you for the like they didn't have to give you, for the view they did not have to give you, the follow they did not have to give you? I agreed when I followed you, I agreed to scroll on this app and see your face every day. I gotta really want to see you to want to see you every day or however often you post. I have decided that, yeah, I want to keep talking to that person. I want to keep seeing them. Am I serving the people who chose to follow me well? Yes. Let's let gratitude be our strategy for next week and see what results or feedback we receive that can better serve them. Okay, I'll create a challenge for us then. We're going to make we're going to make next week our gratitude week, okay? And you can choose to do this. I want to stretch you. I want to stretch you to participate in this on the platform that you feel like is not showing you no love, okay? That's what we're going to do. It's going to be an experiment. And we're going to practice gratitude every day for the week, and we're going to see if that shifts the way that the type of engagement interactions that we are receiving on the platforms. All right. And wherever, if you follow me, I'll think that I'll make YouTube our home base. It'll be our headquarter. And I'll go live every day. That's gonna be my commitment to it. I'll go live every day because I feel like YouTube is like the platform where it feels like I'm getting the least amount of love right now. So my gratitude week, I'm gonna host it on YouTube. What platforms are y'all gonna do it on? Which ones are y'all gonna do? Which one do you feel like it's not y'all not getting no play, you're not getting no love? Which one would you do it on? I came to the realization that IG is my local community and TikTok is my national and worldwide. Yeah. Yeah, I did feel like I was connected to the people around me, but I was disconnected from the rest of the world. And that definitely made me sad. Like when all the things started going down with TikTok, I think that made me the most sad is like just being disconnected from the people that I don't have that same connection or proximity to. Me and YouTube gonna go together real bad for next week. Okay, so Kayla's is gonna be YouTube. Mine's gonna be YouTube. Where else? What platforms do y'all think? What platforms do you want to participate on with the gratitude challenge? Fan base. Okay, YouTube and IG is my choices, but I'm leaning more towards YouTube. Okay, YouTube. All right, so we're gonna be YouTubing it up then. YouTubing it up. I'm wondering, yeah, so I'm gonna make YouTube our home base though. If I do go live on TikTok as well, that's gonna be up in the air. Um, I guess it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to do it on both. It doesn't hurt to do it on both. But yeah, and IG. Okay. All right, so that's gonna be our thing. I'm just gonna dub next week. We're gonna start next week. Okay. Sunday, we're gonna hit the ground running. Kayla, this is just like so a little bit of housekeeping, but Kayla, let me know what time you're gonna go live on YouTube on Sunday so that I don't overlap with you. So whatever time you're gonna go, I'll just do it at a different time so that I can just participate in your live. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna practice gratitude and we're gonna show our gratitude. I'm gonna think of some fun ways for us to do it. Maybe I'll do the lives. I'll go live in the morning. So you'll have the full day to do yours. And that's how we'll maneuver that. Cause it has just been like it's just time for us to really recognize like we got a good thing going here. We're TikTok or not, we have a good thing going. The fact that the people that were attracted to us on TikTok were attracted to us, it had a reason, it has a purpose. They're following you for a reason, they like you for a reason, they're commenting for a reason, because no one has to engage with you. No one's obligated to engage. No one's obligated to like your content, to comment on it, to share it, to do anything. They're not obligated to. So the fact that they choose to mean something. And like I want us to experience just like the deep sense of satisfaction and joy that we get to experience when we recognize our blessings and we like really count them. We don't just think about them, but we count our blessings. And um mm, yeah. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. And I think that that's gonna. I just know it's gonna be a game changer for so many people. And just kind of like shake off some of the negativity, like the negative vibes and negative feelings that I just been picking up on lately. It's almost like a sense of not even overwhelm. It's almost kind of like a sense of like it's like a mix of worry and like apathy, and I guess like a good way to summarize it is just fear. Like it just feels like there's a lot of fear going around. And I don't want us to stay there. Like I don't want us to live there. Despair. Oh, despair is good. That's a good word. Despair. It is, and that's perfect because it's almost like y'all remember on Get Out, on Get Out when he was in the sunken place. And at the I think the part about that that always felt so like iconic to me in that scene is how it's like he's just like it's like nothingness all around, and he could like see like his life happening without him being um able to like participate in it, and then like him like clawing at nothing. Like that's what it felt like people are still like going through the motions and they're still like doing the things and showing up, but it almost feels like it's happening in a space where you don't really you just all you can do is just watch what's happening in your life, and it doesn't feel like you have any say so, any control, any impact. Like it just feels like I'm just kind of like I'm just here, like I'm present, the profile is there, the content's getting put out, but like do I really even I'm not even really engaged with this, I'm not really connected to this. And the thing that is like so the thing that's so like not discouraging about it, but the thing that's so interesting about it is that that perspective then kind of shifts the way that you do engage, which people can pick up on. You know what I'm saying? Like you can pick up on somebody feeling like short or pushy or desperate or just like they're not really there. They're not really connected. Like you could pick up on that stuff even if it's not happening, even if it's not something that they can necessarily put their finger on, but it's just like you can feel like that energy is transferring, and it's just not attractive. Like it's not attractive. People are not drawn to that. Like and I know for if I know I definitely I'm not I don't like it. Like I don't like it. I can't stay in it because then I start to feel like that too. And now it's done rubbed off on me. And now I'm over here trying to figure out what done transferred. And now I'm over here down and out. I just can't, I can't do it. I can't do it. Which is another big reason why I have to like to a certain extent disengage from the conversation about TikTok. Just because there is so much despair attached to the conversation when most people have it. And I don't have I don't have it for you. I don't have it for you. But I did feel like in general, it was important to come and talk to y'all about it, and to share what I see moving forward. And I really want to share this from the perspective of someone who um didn't start out on TikTok. Like I didn't get my start on TikTok, y'all. And some of y'all know this. I feel like for the most part y'all know this. But I didn't get my start on TikTok. I was a content creator before TikTok was even a thing. Like legit before it was even created. And I experienced the clawing and the uphill battles that you face trying to grow on these different platforms. I have felt the despair and the discouragement that you feel when it's like people aren't looking at my stuff. Like they're not paying attention to it. They're not watching it. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I feel like I'm listening to all the tips. I'm following all the advice. I've taken all the courses, and now I'm starting to feel like I'm the problem, right? I like literally that's how I was feeling. And so I started out on YouTube, and I started to use Instagram to promote my YouTube basically, right? And then as Instagram started to get more and more into the e-commerce, then I started experimenting with like having a shop on Instagram, and I was seeing some traction with that, and I was starting to get some motion going, right? Like I ended up getting my first speaking engagement in 20 maybe this was like 2018. I think that was like my first one, 2018, maybe 2019, and that was from my content on Instagram and YouTube. Still no TikTok was involved. And even now on Instagram, I have a little over 3,000 followers, and it's been like that for a minute. Like it's not like I have like thousands and thousands, but even like me getting to 3,000 was like woof, cuz just getting to 1,000 on Instagram was me clawing my way to the top, right? So I had all of those feelings, all of those experiences, and when I started on TikTok, it almost felt like I didn't belong to be here. Like I didn't feel like I was young enough, I didn't feel like I was pretty enough, I didn't feel like I danced well enough, I didn't feel like I was talented enough to succeed over here. And so when I first started getting traction on my posts and people started following me and engaging, and I started getting 1,000 followers, then 2,000, then 5,000 and 10,000 and 20,000. Like it was like I was getting these exponential numbers that was wild cuz I had never had that experience on any other platform. I'm not joking, y'all. On any other platform, but I'm not new at this point. Still, I am not new to content creation. I had been creating content for a while at this point, but this was the first platform where it felt validated at a scale that I never thought was going to come. I never thought that was going to happen for me. I would see other creators who were getting thousands of followers and going on brand deals, especially when it came to people on YouTube. And I'm seeing them get all these subscribers and all these views on their videos. And I'm sitting here looking at mine, and I'm like, well, okay, well, what am I doing wrong? Like, what, like, why is it not happening for me? And so it was, yeah, it was accepted. It was accepted here. Who I was, how I showed up was accepted. And at one point I felt like it was the only place that it would be accepted. Okay? Don't miss that part. It felt like it was the only place that it could be accepted. It was the only place that it was acceptable. It was the only place where I could thrive. It was the only place where my people were. That's how I felt for a long time. And it is part of what kept me on the platform and focused on it as long as I did. Cause it was like, it's like I'm being rewarded for creating over here, and people are seeing me and engaging with me, and like it's good over here. They talk to me over here. They don't talk to me anywhere else. I don't get no comments on this platform or that platform. But when I really started to like pop off and my content started to really gain traction, I was also fully focused and zoned in on TikTok. I was fully focused on it. I was fully immersed in it. I spent my time on the platform learning it, creating on it, engaging with people on it. It was like almost to the point where like people were like, Jada, if you want to see Jada, you got to go on TikTok because she's not anywhere else. Like that's how it was. I had a presence on the other platforms, but I was not actually present on any other platform. And so it started to warp my perspective of, oh, well, I'm only doing well over here, so this is the only platform I can do that on. This is the only place I can see that kind of traction. This is the only place where I can experience this. And it kept me stuck for a long time. And so I want to say that what really got me interested in wanting to expand beyond just TikTok again, part of it was that I got tired of people calling me a TikTok influencer. They kind of felt like that felt like a slap in the face, because like don't do that, because now in my head I'm thinking that you're trying to like tell me that I can only survive, I'm only doing well on TikTok. And I just didn't like that. I was like it felt disrespectful, and I don't think that people meant it that way. I think they were more so impressed that I had built the following that I did on TikTok, but I just took it as a nah, you trying to call me a TikTok influencer, and I'm not going for that. Okay. If I could do it here, I could do it anywhere. And that's the attitude that I had. So I might have like been motivated a little bit by spite. But that's we all know like it's not sustainable to just be motivated by trying to prove people wrong. And so I think that started it. But the other thing that really opened up my perspective, especially as it pertains to YouTube, was being able to go live on YouTube. Oh, I tell you, it was a major catapult. I was like, oh, let me show you. Let me dust this off, because you don't know me for real. TikTok ain't even my first rodeo. Okay, it's not my first rodeo. I know what I'm doing, and now I got the confidence. I got the confidence to say that now. I didn't have that before TikTok. Before I was timid and I'm like, oh, I mean, I do some stuff here and there, and I'm kind of an influencer. Like I kept it real low key. Like humble yourself, Jada. You only got 3,000 followers. That's what I would say. so so I started to I used that confidence that I had gained and built over here, and I'm like, well, I mean, forget that. If I can be creative and fun and quirky and different and silly and serious, like if I can be all of me over here, then that's just what you're gonna get everywhere. Like everybody just finna get the same Jada. I'm tired of trying to be TikTok Jada and Instagram Jada and YouTube Jada, and I'm talking to these people over here, so I got to be professional, Jada. Yeah, I ain't got that many Jadas in me. Okay, I don't have that many. I got this one. I got me, and that's what I'm gonna have to rock with. And so being able to go live on YouTube was a big motivation for me, because now I can create more of the content that I became accustomed to, with not having to have it all like perfectly organized, and it doesn't have to all have like this perfect layout formula. I don't have to edit it if I don't want to. And most times I do not want to edit. I don't. I like take great joy in being able to listen to myself talk about something and not feel the need to edit it. Like that's how I know that I succeeded at that video. If I could just talk it through, no edits, I won. I'm a winner. Like that's how I feel about it. So I started to feel like a new sense of freedom that I have felt um that I didn't feel previously. And that was what started to motivate me to say, okay, well, you know what? If I can do it over on TikTok, then I'm about to take my talents on the road, and I'm going to start growing on YouTube. And from seeing the ability to be more consistent than I've ever been in my life, especially like being able to go live every day. When I saw that I could stay committed to going live every day, I was like, oh, you can't tell me nothing now. You can't tell me nothing now. Like I can do this. I can do this. I can show up, I could talk about stuff. When I started seeing my videos getting past 100 views without me marketing it or talking about it or advertising it anywhere, and then seeing how when I did actually talk about the video on other platforms, people are now going to it because I talked about it so well that now they're like, "Oh, I'm curious. I want to learn more. I want to see more." And so now I know I can drive traffic from this to this video, right? Like I'm watching, I see I got the skill set. I can do this. I can get them here, and not getting so caught up in the fact that I'm working with less followers. I'm working with a lower number, and being more involved in the process of it and the journey of it and what I'm learning and what I can refine and what I can fix and what I thought needed to get fixed that doesn't need to get fixed. And I just need to lean into it more and accept that that's just who I am. All of these things, like that was when stuff started just like popping off. And again, like I'm still not at the 1,000 subscribers that I said that I wanted to have on YouTube. And I am still grateful again for these 711 people that have watched my videos, have listened to me talk, and be like, you know what? I want to keep listening to her. I like her. The fact that some people sit and listen to my entire lives and they be going over an hour, 2 hours sometimes, and y'all just be sitting in here kicking it with me, talking, learning, growing together. Like that's the kind of stuff where it's like, no, this is not a fluke. This is not something that just happened on one platform because of the platform. I am capable of learning this and doing this. The biggest thing I think that I had to answer, the biggest question I had to answer for myself, and that I believe that you will have to answer as well. Thank you so much for sharing. Um, am I willing to am I willing to put in the work to learn it and grow on that place? Like am I willing to be at a lower level? And I'm using it in quotation marks, but am I willing to start from where I'm at and appreciate what I have, grow from it, really engage the people? Like am I willing to do that? And then once I answered that question, that was it. So like I don't take no for an answer, especially not when it comes to switching platforms, y'all. Like I'm just not taking no for an answer. If it's not working out for me, if it's not going the way that I hoped it would, then I'm about to learn what to do so that it can. I'm gonna figure it out. If I'm having a hard time converting people on Instagram, there's actually something I'm working on now. Because Instagram is actually not it's not hard for me to convert over there, but there are some new things since I've been really active on it that I want to get into the habit and see if that helps with my numbers. But I want to improve my conversions on Instagram. If it's not working out the way that I wanted to now, that just means that there's a new way to do it. There's a new method that would work. I just have to learn what it is. Or there maybe there it's just a matter of I'm just not consistently doing this thing, this activity. And if I improve this, I can grow. I can see results. I can get that conversion that I'm looking for with the people I already have. I'm just going to kick it with the people that's already there and go from there. Like that's how I'm looking at it. Like the people are following me, they're following me for a reason. And that's the kind of attitude that I want us to adopt. So, gratitude week is now a thing. We got our platforms, we got our marching orders ish. I'll go live on Sunday and we'll kick it off officially. And we'll see what we're really capable of. We'll see it. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that. And I'm thinking through if I covered everything um that I wanted to. And I think I did. We talked about the fear of going to a new platform, feeling like TikTok was the only place where we saw success or results, or it's a place where we grew in our confidence. Um, I talked about being grateful for what you have and knowing that your subscriber number, your follower number does not dictate how much money you can actually make on these platforms. And what there was one more thing that I wanted to mention to y'all that I wanted to talk about, touch on just a little bit that escaped my mind right now, but I'm gonna talk about this last thing. I'm gonna share some good news with y'all, and then I want to hear how y'all felt about this live. Like, how are y'all feeling? Is it encouraging you? Did I inspire you to like want to get up and do something? Like, y'all talk to me and let me know. And I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share the good news that I have. Hopefully, I'm not sharing it premature, but I'm just gonna have faith that I'm not. But I we talked about how I was working on the perfume event with my client, the Yoni Culture, and I had a conversation with the venue that we wanted to work at. It's a winery, and I wanted to and now I'm trying to think about how much I should share of this. In the moment. Okay, let me say this. Let me say this. I'm gonna say it this way. I won't give all the details away. But this is my first time putting together an event for a client, and I successfully secured the venue that I had in mind for the event. Like, I had the conversation with the owner of the venue, and they told me, absolutely, we would love to work with you on it. And now we got a venue, y'all. We got a venue. Man, I'm like, it's yeah, oh yeah, I gotta give myself the claps. Hold on. You can't hear it over here on YouTube. It's so quiet over here. I'm just woo 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 woo. But yeah, we got the venue. And all I had to do was ask y'all. Ugh, I'm gonna tell like the full story. I'm gonna tell y'all in Telegram, okay? I'm gonna tell y'all like the full thing, cuz it's some things about it that I would rather like not just broadcast all over the place. But long story short, the venue is secured. We're about to put together our first event, and I just know it's going to be another catapult. And one of the things that like I really am proud of about this is that this is another deal that I did not do on TikTok. Y'all, I didn't navigate, negotiate any of this on TikTok outside of me connecting with my client that we found each other on TikTok, right? After that, this whole event, everything we put together, TikTok was not in the equation at all. And now her business is about to be exposed to at least 30 new people at one event. And that's just minimum, because we're also not talking about the content that we're going to get that's going to be broadcast to even more people. Living out my goals, living out the goals, y'all. They're happening in real life. Then the last thing, I gotta look at it. I gotta look at it. But from what I saw in the message, I've been invited to speak at another place. I'm gonna be speaking at another workshop, y'all. Yo, when I tell you, you are the reason. You are the reason that it worked. TikTok was just the platform that you used to make it happen, but you are the reason why. You're the reason why those people follow you. You're the reason why they tap the screen. You're the reason why they comment. You are the reason. So no matter where you go, the only thing that you have to figure out in that equation is how to navigate that space, that platform. That's it. You are what makes your business magical, period. I wish I had like some little sparkles that I could do. I really want a sparkle effect. We're gonna get one day. We're gonna figure it out. I wanna have a little sparkle effect, because that's what it feels like right now. It is, y'all. This is, I promise you, I promise you, it's just, it's up. It's up. And there's nothing else we can say about it. It is needed. Oh, yes. Up and stuck. And something just came to my mind. I don't know if y'all I don't know if y'all remember this. Uh I don't even remember what the conversation was, but I was talking about how last year, I think it was literally last year, or maybe it was the year before that now. The beginning of the year, oh no, no, no. So 2023, this is a quick story, I promise. 2023, the beginning of 2023 started out so strong and slowly just went downhill for me. Like, actually, it doesn't even feel like it was slow. It feels like after after like March, it just felt like it just took like a nosedive, and it felt very I just felt like discouraged and depressed, and just kind of like going through the motions, like apathetic about everything that was happening. And it was just so crazy because the way that the year started out, it felt like, oh no, this year is going to be incredible. Like I was on TV, I was in a documentary, I was a guest on a podcast, like, and that all happened within the span of like 2 or 3 months, right? And so the beginning of the year, it was like bam, 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 all this good stuff happening. And then like March, it just like took a nosedive, right? And I started to feel some like anxiety about the beginning of last year. Like it was almost like when the year started, I was like, I'm not even really feeling it, y'all. Like y'all can have whatever this is. I don't want it. And so, hey Kuma, I started off the year already kind of like counting myself out, right? And so it felt like it took me almost a year to really feel like I was getting that momentum again, and just enjoying what I was doing. Like it just wasn't there. Like I wasn't feeling joy in my business. I wasn't feeling joy as an entrepreneur. And it took almost a year, like I said, to bounce back from that. And so this time around, to be seeing the so many good things happening this year, like, and I mean, like, it's almost like it's too much for me to keep up with at this point. Like things are just going so well, so well. So many opportunities, so many doors are opening up. So many things are happening that I'm like saying it. I'm saying it, and then it's almost like after I say it, it's happening. Like that's how quickly stuff is changing. And not being scared of it this time. Hey Nola, not being scared of it. Yeah. You gonna say hi? Hi everybody. No, you was fully in it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. But this year, like the momentum is not scaring me. It's not scary. I feel open to it. I feel open to what I'm owed, like what I've worked for, what I've sown. Like I'm literally, it's like so many things that I did years ago, I'm now like reaping the benefits of it. The people I've helped, reaping the benefits of it monetarily. The people coming back to me and being like, you know, that thing you taught me in 2022 and 2023, I'm still doing that. Like that did something for me. That changed my life. That's happening. Thank you, Nola. Yes, I am. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. But what I am saying is this is just, it's like I'm being it's not reimbursed. It's not the word that I want to use. Being compensated Not it's not compensated either. Maybe reimbursed is the best word right now, but it feels like almost like a redo. Like everything that I thought that I lost, every opportunity I thought that I lost, everything that I thought that I had messed up, I'm receiving those opportunities again. And not only am I receiving them, but they're even better than what they were the last time around. Like it's so much better. It's so much good is happening in my life. And I am open to all of it. And so y'all, I don't even know how to it almost feels like I shouldn't feel this way with everything that's happening in the world. I should be more sad. I should be more depressed. I should be more angry. And there's plenty of things that are going on that I hate that anger me, but it doesn't it almost feels like I'm gonna be okay regardless. I'm gonna be all right. Like I'm gonna be good. There's nothing there's nothing that can change. There's no policies, no laws that can change that's going to alter the fact that I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good. And not even just good. I'm going to excel. I'm going to experience abundance. I'm going to experience joy. I'm going to experience momentum and success. I'm going to experience all of those things in spite of everything that's happening around me. That's how I feel. That's where I'm at. And in order for me to stay that way, I can't sit in the spaces where it's too much despair and gloom and doom. Like I'm not your company, okay? I'm gonna let y'all cook over there and that little misery brew that you got going on, and I'm gonna go ahead and experience some joy. I'm gonna have some prosperity. I take abundance. I just don't even want to be miserable. I'm good. I'll be fine. Y'all keep that. I won't partake this year. Don't pass the plate to me. Keep it. That's how I feel. And it feels like I have so much of it that I can share. And that makes me happy too. Just being able to share like my smile, my joy, my wins, because I know that it is an overflow that's going to be poured out to everyone that is connected to me. And I love that for us. I love that for us. Like if it's up for me, it's up for you too, if that's what you decide. So if all of what I just said is not enough to get you to be like, I'm gonna take this gratitude week seriously, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. I just know it's been doing some major things in my life, and you can have some too if you want some. I got plenty to share. Yes, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate every person listening, all 5 people here, all 2 people over here on YouTube. I do not say that to be funny. I mean that genuinely. The 2, the 5, the 7 people that are listening to me right now, and the however many more are going to listen to this after I get done. That this is what I want to share with y'all and bring into the world. Is one thing that I do feel a call to do, and I'm going to end with this. I'm going to end with 2 things. Oh, an announcement. I got an announcement to make, and then I'll share the ending with you. Um okay. So the announcement that I want to make is that tomorrow, what did I say? Tomorrow from 4 to no, tomorrow from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to be live and I'm going to be doing style audits. So if you want to get your style, if you want to learn what your style is, I'm going to take a I've decided there's going to be a test. So there's a test, a style test you can take to find out what your style is. I will do a better job of explaining that in a separate video and break it down a little bit more because I haven't talked about that topic in so long. But we were talking about style types yesterday, and I wanted to come back and let y'all know that I got that part figured out. So if you want to figure out what your style is, I'm gonna leave it at that. You want to figure out what your style is, or if you want me to put an outfit together for you on live, then the time to do that is going to be tomorrow, 5 to 7. Okay. We're going to have fun. We're going to have party, get your drinks, whether it's alcoholic, non-alcoholic, whatever is your thing. And we're going to kick it and have a good time, play in some clothes and just enjoy one another. So that's going to be tomorrow. If you want to get styled by me, it is $25. The link is going to be up here. If you're on YouTube, I'll drop the link down below. And then I'll also put the link to the event so that you can join me over here on these TikTok streets. Tomorrow's your birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Andrea. Oh, let me cheer for you. Happy birthday. Oh, how are you going to celebrate? That's so exciting. Yeah, you're welcome. Ain't got to tell me twice. Yeah, we gonna have a good time. We have a good time. And okay, so yeah, so style tests, style audits are tomorrow, 5 to 7. And the last thing that I wanted to share, and then I'm definitely gonna go because it's about time for my son's bus to get here. Last thing that I want to share is that I feel that I feel the call, and I feel the call to share my optimism with the world. And it almost feels like if I'm not, then I don't feel like I'm not operating with the gift that I've been given. Like I'm always able to see I'm always able to see the good. I'm always able to see um the positive. Like that's always been a strength of mine, just being open-minded and open to different perspectives and different ways of thinking and seeing how things can work out even if you don't know. Like that's always been a skill that I've had, and it's just manifested in different ways, right? And so my optimism, me sharing it is something that I feel is a part of what I do, right? Aside from the styling, aside from the branding, aside from the content, I in any the way that I do that, it is my job to make sure that I am sharing the optimism that I have with y'all, because that is part of what keeps us going. That's part of how we experience joy in the midst of chaos, as Kayla does so well. That's how we experience being more creative, because our creativity is infinite. We can be as creative as we want to be. There's no cap on what we can do aside from the ones we put on ourselves. And there is always an opportunity to see new ways of doing and being and living, new solutions to problems, new strategies that can be created, new inventions that still don't exist that we need. That's where all of that comes from, is from that optimism and that belief that things are going to work out, things are going to be good regardless of the journey to get there. So, that's what I want to share with y'all. Give me one more second and then I'm gonna give y'all like a proper goodbye. Hold on. Hey, Boots. Welcome home. You didn't slam. Okay. Oh, we will talk about that when I look at the chart, Kyrie. Okay. I didn't throw anything though. Like, what did I say? I didn't throw anything. We will talk about it when I look at your chart. Okay, you guys. Oh, really? Oh, y'all have the same birthday? That's so cool. Happy birthday again. Oh, y'all see the fact that y'all still be here, even if when I get up, crazy. But okay. All right. So that's it, y'all. That's what I wanted to share. And as much as I can, as often as I can. That's what I'm going to share with y'all. We're going to be doing our week of gratitude next week. Prepare your hearts and minds accordingly. And we're going to show up on these platforms and we're just going to spread love and positivity everywhere, all over the place. We're just going to just throw it all over the timeline, all over the feeds. Okay. That's what we're going to be doing. And I can't wait for us. I can't wait for us to be able to do that. And there's going to be one more challenge that I'm going to be talking about that I'll host. I'll be hosting a challenge in February, and it's going to be a style challenge. And when I have more details on how you can join that, I will let y'all know. Okay. So even if you don't do the style audit, even if you do the style audit, you still should do the style challenge as well. It's going to be up, y'all. It's going to be up. We're going to look so good. So good. And I love it for all of us. But I'll talk about that more in detail a little bit later, but just know it's coming, okay? It's coming. More fashion content, more style content. And I'm not going to just be doing it for the ladies, it's going to be for the men as well. Hey, Aunt, welcome in. But I'm excited for us to like look better, feel better, do better, all the betters. So yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow, 5 o'clock p.m. for your style audits. Y'all be good. Take care of yourselves. Thank you, Ed. I'll show y'all my outfit as I get off. Okay. Hopefully I'm not sweating. Okay. It's cutting off my head on YouTube. I don't have any shoes on though. But these are the earrings. I made these earrings. I talked about that before. These are the earrings. They are custom. I think I still have enough clay to make a few more of them. If people are like, hey, I really want one, I might could make a couple more, but I don't sell earrings in real life. So, but yeah, this is the look. Oh, here the necklace, this cat necklace I got from the thrift store. This belt on top of this corset that y'all seen me wear multiple times. I got this from the thrift store. This is the top that I got from Target, and I just like I can zip it all the way down. But I like to do this because it almost kind of gives like a little peplum shape, which is not usually my thing, but because it's not super like frilly, I'm okay with that. You know, it's not like it's not doing a whole lot. It's not like the first lady peplum. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know the first lady peplum. It's just like a slight peplum. And then I got it over this dress that I got from Finesse. Finesse. I got this like maybe last year or maybe 2 years ago at this point. And I don't have on shoes, but I'll do a video and I'll put my shoes on and you can see the whole fit together, bag included. But yeah, that's it. Okay, for real. I love y'all. Hey, Bliss. I love y'all. Can you hear me over on YouTube? I love y'all. Y'all be good. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Thank you, Bliss. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Get ready to get dressed. Bye.